Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming out. So glad to have you here. Tonight we're just going to make a fun fall. Use it as a party favor. You could use it, you know, just a little something to give the neighbor. No, my son-in-law. It was my son-in-law. And yes, he is okay. Very sore. Very sore. The lady that rear-ended him was doing about between 65 and 70, and she didn't stop. She just went right on. So, but yes, he's very sore today, and in the truck, well, it's definitely seen better days. So, but anyways, we're just glad that he is safe. No, my son-in-law. So anyways, what was I saying? I done forgot. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a party favor tonight. Now, this is going to be done with, oh yeah, and I wanted to share this piece of material with you all. We're going to use just a brown paper lunch bag. Now, if anyone had seen the Create Craft Share YouTube hop from last year, yes, he was. Yes, he was. He seen her coming in his rearview mirror, and he veered one way. He was in dead stop traffic, and he went over one way because he seen her coming, but he didn't get out of the way soon enough, and she still got him. So, that in turn hitting him, and the way that he was sitting probably saved the individual in front of her, because he was in a truck, she was in a car. So, anyhow, could have definitely been a lot worse. Hi, Christy. Thanks for stopping by, darling. So, anyhow, tonight we're going to do a little party favor, just using a plain old brown paper bag. And let me grab my cutter over here that I want to use. I thought I had everything together. I'll probably knock a bunch of stuff over. So if y'all hear a bunch of noise, just ignore it. Okay. And I'll pull this up here when I need it. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do, you just take, and now this is how I'm doing this one. But now there is a popcorn recipe that you can put together in a brown paper bag. And you can just make this your whole, you know, party favor. I'm making a wrap for the microwavable popcorn. If you wanted to, you can actually make your popcorn in one of these to go into the microwave. Does all that make sense? So, I will post a link on this video at the bottom when it goes over to YouTube to that website that has where you can do the whole schmoo with the popcorn and everything in the brown paper bag. And then you can decorate your bag up to use, you know, as your little party favor or whatever, you know, for gift giving. So anyhow, we're just going to cut off the bottom, and I've just folded that in half like so. And then you can use this little piece for whatever, which I will be doing here in a little bit. And then just take and turn this away. I thought this was just a fun little project. And like I said, I did it last year with the Create Craft Share YouTube hops. But I thought I'd share it again because when I did that video, the actual video, it all messed up. So you didn't get to see it all in action anyways. I just had to explain everything. Okay, so there's what we have, as we do here. So I'm going to use this one because my bottom was a little bit straighter. Now the next thing I want to do, okay, I'm going to leave this wrapper on. But now when I'm going to give it, I'm going to take it off. And then it's going to be, no, let me take it off now. It's got an air bubble in it. Sorry for the noise. Okay. There we go. Okay. Much better. And then see, that's going to wrap around like so. Alrighty. But before I do all that, I'm going to take my ruler, measure this out here. It is about 5.5 inches. So, let me just mark it. Just make it a little bit easier. Yeah. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this over here out of the way. I'm going to take my handy dandy little cutter here, like so. And this cool cutter takes different blades. So I'm going to, I love this cutter. I've had it for quite a while. It has a little compartment in the back here. And then one of the blades that I have is called the decal blade. You just pop that on. This paper cutter is by Carl. So I just love mine. Although I can't get it all the way into the shot. But I think y'all can get a pretty good idea what I'm doing here. I'm going to pull this all the way back. I'm going to go like that. Bring it back again. And then you can see, I think you can see. See how it gives it kind of a funky little edge? It's not really zigzag, it's more like a jagged. I'm needing a new mat for it, so, because I have used the dickens out of it. Let me take off just a little bit more over here. There we go. Maybe that'll help you see the little jagged edges. Get that over there. Well, okay, now I'm just going to see. Yeah, perfect. Now, if you've got craft scissors, you can do that instead with your craft scissors. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to crumble it out. like so. And you know what I didn't finish? Oh, there it is. And then we're just going to open it back up. Now, the seam on the bag where they put the bag together, I want that in. So this is the side we're going to work on. And I'm just going to use, but y'all can't guess what I'm going to use. Vintage photo. My favorite. Whoops. Now let's lay this over here out of the way till we are ready for it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this piece over here. And I'm just going to take this and just keep going over it to bring out all those creases. This could even be a nice little thing to give to the teacher. You could decorate them up however. Then I'm going to do these edges down here where I ran my cutter over them. Oh, Christy said it. Sorry. I wasn't looking at the screen. Oh, did we? Great minds think alike. Now, I thought this would be cool to do. I had a ton. Y'all are going to laugh. I had a buku pile of these bags. We had did something for the National Guard. We used to put lunches together for them before they moved the unit that was here. Oh, Lord, way down in no man's land in Kentucky. And that unit's not here anymore. And my niece's husband's in the Guard. So we used to put together lunches for them. And there's what we have so far. They would take a lunch with them when they were going, you know, on their weekend. Because, you know, there's once a weekend. I'm not saying that right. Anyhow, every month they go out of town and train on the weekend. So we would put together bag lunches for them. So anyhow, we ended up with a whole ton of lunch bags left. And so I thought, there's got to be something I can do with these things. Because I don't have kids in school anymore and all that kind of stuff. So that's when I started altering them and all kinds of stuff. But then I ended up, I still had quite a few left, and I cannot find that package anywhere. So I ran to the dollar store and bought more. Well, my husband did, bless his heart. Excuse me. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to flip this back over. And we are going to take our pack here. And we're just going to wrap that like so. And get it kind of centered. And that's just going to slide in and out. So there's no worries there on that. And then you can hit it with some glue or some tape. And I have just a little piece of score tape left from something that I was doing. And I laid it up here. Here we go. So I think I'm just going to use that. Probably be better anyhow because it's around food. There we go. Right, there you go. I knew Christy could help me. Well, they moved their unit, and it's definitely not convenient for him anymore, that's for sure. And then there we go. Here's our little package so far. And then you can just slide your popcorn in that. Now, you don't have to do this for popcorn. I just thought of this, and the reason why is because I had done these up for Thanksgiving, as I love to do party favors. And I don't know, it's my thing. So I had put these together for Thanksgiving, and when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of corn. So, well, that pumpkins. Hence the pumpkin spice cookies. But anyways, and we had lots of this left, and I thought, you know, this would just be a great little fun thing to do. So that's the reason why I thought of the popcorn. Okay, next thing I want to do is I'm going to take some burlap. Now, this is the fun part, is you can decorate it however you want. And I'm just going to measure this off, like so. And this, but I'm going to put it around the back. This is a little bit big, but let me trim this up here. I love burlap. And then I also want, so let me make sure I have it wide enough. I'm debating on using, okay. Now this beautiful lace is in the shop. Deb will let you know what it is. But it comes like this with the netting. And I have just went around and cut the netting off. Oh, okay. Oh, so you were also in the garden, right, Christy? Yes, while Deb is sharing that with you all, this beautiful lace is so pretty. Great for your fall projects. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the fuchsia and the orange, they're really popular right now with weddings. Two very popular colors. So I just put together a wrist corsage, as a matter of fact, with these colors for a homecoming. So it's pretty popular right now with the wedding scene. So yes, I wanted to share that with you because of the fall colors. So it is a very beautiful piece of lace. That's why I had that up there. Very pretty. And if you all haven't seen the collars in Deb's shop, This is one of them, and I think it is just absolutely cool as can be. When I seen this one, though, I particularly thought of Halloween. So this is just one of several that she has. And again, the shop's closed till the 15th, so if anything you see here tonight, be sure and write it down so that way when the shop opens, you'll know. And can get those fabulous products ordered. Deb right now is out of town tending to her mother who had surgery, bless her heart. So we all wish her a nice speedy recovery. Alrighty, so now back to the burlap. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to strip these little pieces here right out. So that way we can get a more shabby look to it. And then save these little pieces. You can use them for other stuff. In fact, mine are going on whiskey bottles that I'm doing for our Halloween dance at the American Legion. This will lay flat once I get it wrapped around there. Okay, I'm just going to flip it this way. I'm going to trim a little bit of this off. And again, don't forget about our Gone Artsy challenge group that is going on, or this month. It's a doily challenge hosted by Rebecca. So be sure to check that out. And you might be the lucky winner of a $10 gift certificate to the shop. So don't forget to check that out. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to take this and wrap it around like this. I can probably shorten that a little bit more. I'm pulling that rather tight on account of the way it's flipping up on me. Straighten this up a little bit. So, is everybody getting geared up for the holiday season? I know I am. And I'm just going to take it and rough it up a little bit. Alright, let me go on and get this glued down. There we go. Doing a little extra work on that because that end down here wants to flip up. It's where it was folded because I got it in big, like, panels. There we go, right there. And there's what we have so far on our fun little party favor. Now the next thing I want to do, let me get my little long pieces here out of the way. I'm debating rather, if I want to do something like that. Or if I want to use a roll. Now this comes in a nice wide piece. This is what I've cut down. And this is all I have left of it this way. And it's like 5 rows. It's a nice wide piece of lace. It's cotton. And then this little scallop piece right here is all down the edge of it. And as you can well see here, you can cut it apart and use it. And it's definitely a favorite. And I think I like that. And then this is a piece I'm going to use on this. This comes in a set of 2, I do believe. Correct, Deb? And these are also cotton. I said leaves. Huh, we could use it as a leaf. And also, here's another collar that is in the shop. And you can cut it apart and use the various pieces. Yes, it comes in a set of 2. Now this is a piece that comes on this lace. And this was a piece that I had cut out. I had used a portion of it And so then I just trimmed this out a little bit more, and I thought this would be great just to save and use on something. So save all your little pieces because you can always use them on things. But I think I'm going to go with this, and I may... I like that too. But I think I'm going to go with this one. But I think I may use the double row. No, I'm going to use the single row. Love you too. Y'all be careful. Sorry about that. My daughter had stopped by. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one. Let me just trim it up a little bit. First, I'll see how much I need. And the nice things about these laces is they can all be dyed. I'm just trimming off little straggly pieces here. Just about done. I thought for certain I was going to use the other piece, but I like this better. And if you decide you wanted to do these, I think you can get packages of popcorn. Like at your dollar store or almost nothing. Which popcorn's not expensive anyways. So, you know, these would be great little party favors. And then we're just going to wrap that around there like so. And then I'm going to make sure I got that where I want it. Glue that down. And there's what we have so far. Okie dokie. Now then, the next thing I want you to do is I'm going to take my little feather here and I'm going to just go and hit it with some of this vintage photo just to darken it up. Of course, you can dye these in any color you want. have a glue string in my mouth. Yuck. Okay. And that's all I want to do to this, just to give it some color. That's it. Thank you, dear. All right, now, next thing I want to do is I have got tons of floral stuff, scrap. So let me take a peek here and see what I might want to do. Okay. And like, if you hit yard sales, like I got a bunch of this at a yard sale. So it's great to use for, you know, for your crafting. So that way it doesn't go in the junk pile either. And I'm just going to take off some of the acorns and such, and the chestnuts, and use those too, little gourds. And there's some leaves on here. Well, this piece, there we go. All right. I'll tell her thank you, dear. Now we're just going to take and hot glue these on. I'll snip off these little long pieces. That's even cute with just one. Remember, Alicia's giving away some angel kisses over in the Sheet Craftique group. So swing over there and check it out. I believe she'll pick a winner tonight when the class is over. And there's what we have so far. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to snip this little tail off here, because I don't need that. I'm going to lay this up under here. Just give it a little wave to it. Well, it just gives a little character. Like so. Now, there's one little technique here I want to show you all real quick before we go any further with that. For the life of me, I cannot remember the lady's name, and I thought I had saved it in my, you know how you can save videos over on YouTube? Well, I didn't, and for that, I greatly apologize. But she showed a really cool product. Now, some of you probably already messed with it. I'm just now messing with it. I think it's really awesome. And as soon as I can find my metal pieces here, that I didn't, okay, here they are. Now, you can get these at Miriam's Crafting Supplies. Okay. And this is what I did to it. I'm hoping you can see it. But this is like the coolest stuff ever. It's about Piccolo. I think I'm saying that right. Like I said, I just started messing with it. And it's an enamel powder. So I'm going to show you what I did with this one. But I'm going to do a two-step. Because when I was messing with it, I thought, oh, that would be really cool to do. So what I'm going to try to do is just hit right around the center. And I know I'm going to come on the outside of it some. That's okay. And I'm using my Versamark watermark stamp pad. Okay. And here's where the handy dandy little bottom of the bag comes in at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Starry Sky enamel powder. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a shake. And all I want to do is hit right in the center. And like I said, I don't know if I can even accomplish this, but I'm going to try. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it with the heat gun. Let me get me something to hold this. Alright, I'm sorry about the noise, y'all. Let me get that out of the way so you can see. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, I'm going to let that cool for just a second. While that cools, I'm going to put this back. And then the next one I'm going to use, it's called the Aged White Enamel Powder. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to hit the edges of this with my Versamark. Now if it all overlaps, that's fine. Because flowers in nature, you know, they're not perfect. Now, my little bag back here, give this a shake. Whoops. Hit it again. Let me add just a little bit more to the center. It's still hot. That stuff just went everywhere. Okay. Let me see what happens here. I'm hoping it just kind of heats them out. Okay. Anyhow, I thought that was a fun, cool little idea. Just adds a little something to metal. But do be careful, because that metal gets very hot. But I thought that was rather cool. And then you can add it to your projects. Just a really awesome little way to, you know, garnish up your embellishments, your metal pieces. I'm going to set that right there. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do on this is I'm going to add in a few pieces of these sprigs. Put them all together. And let's see. Lift that up. And working it right there, yeah. And then next we'll add some of the little gourds and the leaves. And I've lost my other leaf. Typical. Typical Rhonda. Oh, there it is. That's what I do best. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. And then just some buttons from my stash. And wait a minute, I had another little piece here. Oh, and here's, I don't know if I've even showed y'all that one. That was using the real rust. Got glue strings. Now let me see. Okay, I just wanted to add these down here. Just to give them something. Now these would also be great to use at as your like I said, your party favorites, but you can also use them as your little placemats. You know, like your name cards, not your placemats, your name cards at your Thanksgiving dinner. And this is the one that I did last year. And I took one of these cool little Tim Holtz pieces of metal here. And I stuck it in there and I put give thanks. Because like I said, these were the party favors. And these went, I served buffet style. So these were in a basket for everyone to grab. But you could take these and use them as your name cards and put, you know, your guest's name and leave them laying in the plate. Which I thought would be very pretty to do too. So that's another thought. And then on this side I just put a button. And then here is the feather from Gone Artsy. And these were buttons that I just snipped the backs off and placed on there. And it's also housing the popcorn. And then on this one I also want to add oh, here we go. Now when you order from Gone Artsy, all of your beautiful little embellishments, metal embellishments and bling and such. I can't talk tonight. Come in these beautiful little organza bags. So, and I had even thought about using, this is a feather from the shop. Yeah, just a little more glue back here. Don't like the way that's laying. I chose this piece of bling because it's sort of fall colors. Deb will let you know which ones these are. And they come in different colors. Oh, we have someone from New Zealand with us. Awesome. I thought I might incorporate a little piece of shine. using the Bling. Yep. Now I'm going to attach this with hot glue. It may not stay because of the metal. So, and then again it might. Sometimes whenever you're adhering it to. Oh yes. I did these for Thanksgiving. But you could do them for, you can even do these if you like, if you like a rustic Christmas. They don't even have to be rustic, really. You could do these for Christmas. Because I know, so, one tradition is folks like to string popcorn. You know, on the tree. So, keeping with the popcorn, you could just decorate these all up in Christmas. And these little wraps, you know, with them being just brown paper bags, they don't cost that much anyway. So, or if you even have the brown paper, you know, again, staying with the rustic feel, or you could use plain old Christmas wrap. Now, the last thing I'm going to do back here is I'm going to take, I think I'm going to use this one. No, I don't like that. Let me see here. Get in my button bag here. They're just a little noisy. That's a really cool little button. You could even put just some twine in your buttons if you wanted to. Maybe I just won't put nothing. I'll look, see what I want to do. I may have a gone artsy piece that I like better. Let me do a quick look here. I'll flip that over so y'all can look at it. Okay. Not sure what I will do. I think this might be a little too much. And then again, maybe not. I want something that lays just a little flatter. So, there you have it. A fun fall little project that you could use at a party, or you can give to your neighbor, or anything like that. So, fun, simple little project. Now, if you have not went over to She Craftique and checked out Alicia's post and shared your company craft spot, you may want to hurry. I believe she's going to pick a winner as soon as the show is over. Do not forget to join us for our challenge this month. It is a doily challenge hosted by dear sweet Rebecca. I want to thank everyone for coming out. And thank you all. Thank you all very, very much. I'll get pictures and get it all posted up for you all. And I'll see you all back in 2 weeks. Let me take a quick peek here. And who's up next for class. DT Mary, our sweet Marianne, she will be up next Monday, Columbus Day, with a class. We can't wait to see what Miss Mary's going to do. And I think that's it. Again, the shop is closed, so be sure to check it out on October the 15th. Deb will have it reopened. And again, thanks everybody for coming out. I greatly do appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. She has announced a winner. She has announced a winner. Kim, guess what? You're the winner. Woohoo! Yay! Congratulations. It will be 7 Central. All classes are 7 Central. Congratulations, Kim. You are the lucky winner of Alicia's Angel Kiss. That was so sweet of Alicia to do. We thank her for that. Yay! All right, everyone. Thanks again. Congratulations, Kim. Get with Alicia, and she'll help you out, dear. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. See y'all next Monday. Bye-bye.